hospital.
Have you considered what your retirement looks like? Here are some things about retirement that may surprise you. 64% of retirees say they are confident about having enough money to live comfortably throughout their retirement years. Yet according to the Economic Policy Institute, nearly half of families have no retirement account savings at all. In 2017, more than 67% of retirees depended on Social Security as a major source of their income. The average monthly Social Security benefit at the beginning of 2018 was $1,404. Due to health care costs associated with living longer, 26% of workers now intend to keep working until age 70 and beyond, and 10% don't intend to retire at all. The 65 and older group is expected to become larger and have more influence in the future. Have you made arrangements for health care? Are you comfortable with your investment decisions? If you are unsure about your decisions, give the Fouch Wealth Advisory Group, Sam Dickinson or Brian Basinger a call at 270-651-2663. Investment counseling since 1854. Securities offered by JJB Hillier W. Alliance LLC, member NYSE, SIPC, and FINRA. Investing in securities involves risks.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Mid-90s, and not much rain in the forecast here. This morning, we're actually down to start the day, or we did start the day, a couple degrees below average. This afternoon, plenty of sunshine in 93, so hot once again, but I'm going to say humidity in check. Tonight, clear 68, kicking off the weekend on Saturday with plenty of sunshine, 94. Sunday, a few clouds around with highs in the low 90s, and a thunderstorm chance starting to get in here Monday of Tuesday of next week, and that's going to put temperatures down into the middle to upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel, WCLU, your home for local.
You may already know.
All right, Ray, thanks a lot. We are at 9 minutes after 6 o'clock here on WCLU on Friday morning, and we are looking forward to having a good day together with you here on this Friday. Let's look at our current conditions this morning. If I can figure out where I put those. Yes. Humidity is at 92%. That's a bit of a better deal, at least with the lower temperature. Winds out of the northeast at about 3 miles an hour. The barometer is at 30.14. We have recorded no precipitation in the past 24 hours. Here at WCLU Studios, waking up with 66. 6:10 live in the newsroom, round one of local news, and news director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. Bowling Green police are investigating a homicide. Around Wednesday night, just past 10:30, a woman called Bowling Green Dispatch to report a shooting near Rock Creek Road. When officers arrived, they found the victim, 27-year-old Navander Tardy of Bowling Green, with multiple gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Area residents told police they had heard a confrontation just prior to the gunshots. Detectives are currently canvassing the area in an attempt to locate anyone who may have seen or heard anything prior to the shooting. Anyone with any information is urged to contact Bowling Green Police at 270-393-4000. And Bowling Green police are also investigating a stabbing that occurred in front of a residence on Hill Ridge Court. Nicholas Donnell and Jesse Tyndall both said they were robbed at gunpoint by a man later identified as Tyrone Rickett. Donnell told police he was shot in the lip and then in the side by Rickett, afterwards realizing it was a pellet gun. The men then got into a fight. Both Donnell and Tyndall said Rickett pulled out a knife, began swinging it at them, ultimately seriously injuring both. An additional witness told police they saw Rickett with a knife right after the altercation. Rickett denied having a gun or knife and denied robbing Donnell or Tyndall. 29-year-old Tyrone Rickett was arrested, charged with robbery first degree and assault first degree. He was lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail. The Glasgow Fire Department, along with Glasgow Police, are investigating a structure fire that happened on Carnation Drive yesterday. When firefighters arrived, they could see flames coming from the rear of the structure. The home was owned by Jane Burrow, occupied by Angela Whitlow. The cause of the fire, according to the Glasgow Fire Department, is under investigation by fire officials and Glasgow Police. Fire department units were at the scene about 2 hours. They were assisted by Glasgow Police, Barron and Cathy EMS, Glasgow Electric Plant Board, and the Glasgow Water Company. The Barron County Board of Education had their regular monthly meeting last night. Here's Superintendent Bo Matthews.
Last night, members of the Barron County Board of Education met for the July board meeting. We had a number of items to discuss related to the CTE project as it is winding down. Also, there were several change orders taken up for the ATC project. So, just to clarify, the two projects in terms of funding have been combined with the Department of Education. So, we're actually beginning the work for the ATC project while we're winding down the CTE, and which is somewhat alphabet soup, but nonetheless. We're going to finish the CTE project on time. We're going to have an official ribbon cutting on August the 7th that we'll be promoting very soon. And then also just to let folks know that we're looking at a year-long project to complete the work at the ATC. So we're excited about that. It's just exciting to see things being transformed and created for our students to use and enjoy.
With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. It's 6:13 a.m., 66 degrees.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Will be the future face of Peddie Lessonberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Peddie Lessonberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Peddie Lessonberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
In more local news, to wrap up the meeting of the Barron County Board of Education, Transportation Director Chip Jenkins just had a couple of FYI items for the board.
Just FYI that as school is beginning to start up in the next short few weeks, transportation will be again talking with the citizens of Barron County about illegal passing and also bus safety tips for parents to be prepared for the oncoming school year. So we will post this on our Barron County School website, and that for sure will be able to get out to all the public. And again, we will be monitoring illegal passing, and then again helping parents with safety tips for their children to board safely each and every day.
Speaking of illegal passing, you want to be sure to tune into this morning's top story, where I sit down with Eddie Bruner, a local cyclist, to talk about the new law that will go into effect tomorrow. During the 7 o'clock hour, we'll also hear from Horse Cave Mayor Randall Curry about a Smithsonian exhibit that's headed to Horse Cave. On Wednesday, State Police and Greensburg Police conducted a knock and talk at a home on Buckner Hill Road after they'd received an anonymous tip about drug activity. When they made contact with the residents, 34-year-old Jennifer Moss, 27-year-old Brandon Schaffner, both of Greensburg, they did give consent for law enforcement to search the home. Troopers found several pipes with suspected marijuana and methamphetamine. Both were arrested, charged with possession of a controlled substance, drug paraphernalia, and possession of marijuana. Also on Wednesday, State Police from Post 15 were conducting a traffic safety checkpoint, more commonly referred to as a roadblock, on Fairground Street in Columbia. During the roadblock, Trooper Chase Willis made contact with an 02 Buick Regal driven by 31-year-old Justin Carter of Columbia. Trooper Willis saw signs of impairment before performed a field sobriety test and ultimately arrested Carter for DUI. While Trooper Willis was performing this sobriety test, Columbia PD officer Johnny Dial circled the vehicle with his canine gunner and informed troopers that the canine had alerted on narcotics in the vehicle. A search of the vehicle then yielded a glass jar containing marijuana, methamphetamine, and digital scales. James Carey, age 29, of Columbia, was charged with possession of a controlled substance, possession of marijuana, and drug paraphernalia. Both were lodged in the Adair County Regional Jail. And in local 911 activity, there was a brush fire on Austin Tracy Road yesterday morning. The Austin Tracy Volunteer Fire Department responded. The Glasgow Fire Department responded to 2 alarms yesterday, one on Honeysuckle Lane, one on Glenview Drive. And there was also a fire on Eastview Drive late last night. Glasgow Fire and Glasgow Police responded. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. Right now at 6:18 a.m., 66 degrees.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jerry Bloom. Attorney General Andy Beshear has filed another lawsuit against a drug manufacturer, accusing the company of using deceptive marketing to promote painkillers that fueled the epidemic. Suzanne Ball has more.
Beshear says that St. Louis-based pharmaceutical company Mallinckrodt underplayed the risk of addiction in order to promote its opioid products, and he says the company knew what it was doing.
They made the conscious decision to put their profits in front of the health of our people, to allow countless Kentuckians to fall into addiction while they made money month after month after month.
This is the 8th lawsuit Beshear has filed against opioid distributors or manufacturers who do business in Kentucky. I'm Suzanne Duval.
Forecastle Festival organizers are preparing for this weekend's heat. The 3-day event at Louisville's Waterfront Park starts today as temperatures are expected to soar into the mid to upper 90s this weekend. Plans to protect festival guests include refilling their own water bottles at water stations for free. There'll also be shade from trees, the overpass, medical tents throughout the whole park. The first ever audit of the Kentucky Courts Administrative Offices uncovers some misuse of public money.
The look into the Administrative Office of the Courts operation spanned from July of 2015 through June of 2017, with auditors listing several concerns in their list of 20 findings.
In some instances, policies were not followed. In others, AOC does not have policies in place at all.
State Auditor Mike Harmon says some of the findings include employee-only surplus property sales, tax violations, and former employees maintaining access to the office's case management system. I'm Will Clark.
And I'm Jerry Bloom.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Labor Day weekend at Rupp Arena. Red, White, and Boom 2018.
August 31st through September 2nd.
Starring Toby Keith,
Brad Paisley,
Chris Young,
Cole Swindell,
Luke Combs,
Kane Brown,
Rodney Adkins,
Chase Rice.
And we're not done yet.
Stay tuned for more details and get ready to buy your tickets.
Tickets on sale now at all Ticketmaster locations. Go to redwhiteandboom.com.
Visit the Speed Art Museum's new exhibition, Picasso to Pollock, opening June 16th. Explores 72 rare masterworks from the early 20th century, when artists shattered norms in reaction to an ever-changing world. Come see a show where art meets history and competing artists were looked upon as superheroes on exclusive loan from the Eskenazi Museum of Art at Indiana University. Get your tickets now at speedmuseum.org.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
It's 6:23 and it's 66 degrees at WCLU this morning. Ray Staging says a little bit cooler as we head into the weekend, humidity-wise and temperature-wise. We'll check in with Ray here in just a few moments. In area funeral announcements this hour, Irene Vibert Martin, age 80, of Glasgow, died Thursday at Hospice House of Bowling Green. Arrangements for Irene Vibert Martin are incomplete at this hour, but will be announced later by the McMurtry Funeral Home. Melvin Jewel Carson, age 96, of Glasgow, died Thursday at Hospice of Southern Kentucky in Bowling Green. He had been a resident of the Chandler Memory Care for almost 3 years. Mr. Carson served in the Navy during World War II. He was retired from Miller's Bottled Gas and from the insurance business. He was an avid fisherman and hunter, and he loved telling fishing and hunting stories. He was a member of the Calvary Baptist Church, and he also attended Temple Baptist in Glasgow. He is survived by 2 daughters, Nellie Carson Gooden and husband Charles of Glasgow, and Martha Carson of Bowling Green. 3 grandsons, Eric Gooden of Spring Hill, Christopher Gooden of E-Town, and Scott Cherry of Bowling Green. 4 great-grandchildren, Ryan and Cameron Gooden of E-Town, Braden Armstrong and Reagan Cherry of Bowling Green. He is also survived by a brother, Robert Carson of Bowling Green. Funeral services for Melvin Jewel Carson will be at 10 o'clock Saturday morning at the J.C. Kirby & Son Funeral Home on Broadway in Bowling Green. With burial to follow in the Fairview Cemetery, visitation begins at 8:30 Saturday morning. Jean Beckham Harmon, 89, of Smiths Grove, died Wednesday with family at her side. The Barron County native was a housewife and a member of the Shiloh General Baptist Church. Survivors include her husband of 73 years, Aubrey Harmon, her daughter, Cathy Littrell, 2 granddaughters, Christy Taylor and Amy Pointer. 4 great-grandchildren and 2 great-great-granddaughters survive as well. Service for Jean Beckham Harmon will be at 1 o'clock Saturday at the Harding & Son Bowling Green Chapel. Burial in the Pleasant Grove Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 2 p.m. Arnold D. Graham, age 78, of Pine Grove, died Wednesday. He was a farmer, former magistrate, and former chairman of the board for the Wingfield Volunteer Fire Department. He was also a deacon and a member of the Pine Grove United Baptist Church. He is survived by his wife of 58 years, Jean Gross Graham, a daughter, Donna Long, a son, Robbie Graham, both of Pine Grove, 4 grandchildren, Katrina Turner, J.R. Graham, Jessica Turner, and Travis Graham, 5 great-grandchildren, Grant, Tylen, Grace, and Kaylin Turner, and Rosalie Graham. 2 brothers, Benny Graham of Pine Grove and Harvey Graham of Smiths Grove. Service for Arnold D. Graham will be Sunday at 2 at the Pine Grove United Baptist Church. Interment in the Pine Grove Church Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 4 p.m. at the Patton Funeral Home in Brownsville and after 10 a.m. Sunday at the church. Mark Dale Houck, age 43, of Munfordville, died Tuesday. He was a self-taught musician, songwriter, singer, artist, and carpenter. Mark was a loving dad, brother, uncle, and friend. Mark would also say something to make you laugh no matter what the circumstances were. We will miss his offbeat sense of humor and his contagious laugh. He is survived by the pride and joy of his life, his son, Jonathan Houck, his mother, Willis Houck, sisters, Joni Turner and Sonia Bell, a brother, William Houck, two nieces, Sarah Crane and Madison Houck, three nephews, Jacob and Andrew Bell, and Nicholas Houck, and one great-nephew, Thomas Wells. Funeral services for Mark Dale Houck will be at 11 o'clock Saturday at the Brooks Funeral Home, and terminus to be in the Timberlake Cemetery in Munfordville. Visitation will be from 4 until 8 p.m. today and from 9 until 11 on Saturday. Service for Naomi Ruth Robertson Green, 81, of Burkesville, will be Monday at 3 at Norris New Funeral Home, burial in the Burkesville Cemetery. Visitation begins at 5 Sunday. Service for Kenny Frank Pitcock, 46, of Burkesville, will be at 2 p.m. Sunday at the Norris New Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Burkesville Cemetery. Visitation after 2 p.m. Saturday. Service for David Earl Pettigo, 71, of Glasgow, will be at 2 o'clock Saturday at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial is to be in the Bristoltown Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 4 p.m. Service for Philip Brian Stover, age 82, of Burkesville, will be at 10 o'clock Saturday at Norris New Funeral Home. Burial to be in the Marrowbone Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 1 p.m. Funeral services for Lavenna Minyard Duff, age 86, of New Grove, will be at noon today at the New Grove Missionary Baptist Church, with interment to be in the Hawkins Cemetery. Visitation is at the Patton Funeral Home, Brownsville Chapel. Service for Vivian Hamilton, age 84, of Glasgow, will be today at 11 o'clock at the Butler Funeral Home. Burial in the Metcalfe County Memorial Gardens. Service for Wayne Thomas Kersey, age 40, of Canmer, will be this morning at 11 o'clock at the Brooks Funeral Home. Interment is to be in the Linwood Memorial Gardens. Memorial contributions can be made to the Brooks Funeral Home for funeral expenses. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day, free, online, WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
6:30 at WCLU and 66 degrees. Let's turn to local sports. The American Cave Museum and the Kentucky Humanities are going to explore how sports shape our lives and communities with the Smithsonian Institution traveling exhibit, Hometown Teams, which opens tomorrow. The exhibit will be on display at the historic Thomas House at 111 East Main Street in Horse Cave up until August the 18th. Now, the Hometown Teams exhibit will be open Monday through Thursday by appointment, and then Fridays and Saturdays from 10 until 6, and Sundays from 1 until 5. In addition to the national exhibit, there's going to be local Hometown Teams exhibit, including memorabilia from Horse Cave, Cave City, Horse Cave Colored, and Caverna schools. Coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, we're going to have an interview with Horse Cave Mayor Randall Curry talking about this very special exhibit. A whole lot of hard work has been put into making the local aspect of the hometown teams exhibit something special to see. So we'll be looking forward to hearing from Mayor Curry in the 7 o'clock hour, plus also your opportunity to see something special, and that's going to be coming up beginning this weekend and going through August the 18th. And that is a check of local sports.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic?
Go ahead and talk about the weather forecast is shaping up today. Should be a pleasant weekend, even a pleasant day today, according to Ray Stajic this morning. Ray?
Higher dew points well south of us, so that's actually making the air mass feel just a little bit better, I guess. Still going to be hot out there over the next few days. I think we'll still see temperatures at or above 90 degrees, maybe even a day or two in the mid-90s. And not much rain in the forecast here. This morning, we're actually down to start the day, or we did start the day a couple degrees below average. This afternoon, plenty of sunshine in 93, so hot once again, but I'm going to say humidity in check. Tonight, clear 68. Kicking off the weekend on Saturday with plenty of sunshine, 94. Sunday, a few clouds around with highs in the low 90s, and a thunderstorm chance starting to get in here Monday of Tuesday of next week, and that's going to put temperatures down into the middle to upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel, WCLU, your home for local.
Pleasant start to the day. Humidity is at 92%. The winds are out of the northeast about 3 miles an hour. Pressure at 30.14. A pair of sixes on the table this morning. We're talking about 66 at WCLU, and we're at 634. Coming back, we'll be checking out birthdays for the weekend. That's always enjoyable. And then, of course, we have our Friday archive. So hang on for lots to enjoy this morning.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry.
66 degrees, a lot of sixes in that particular statement. But let me tell you about an important meeting coming up this evening at 5 o'clock. Temple Hill Site-Based Council is meeting again today. This is going to be at 5 o'clock at the Temple Hill Elementary School. This is a meeting for principal selection. So you want to be sure and attend that meeting. It's the Site-Based Council, 5 p.m. at the Temple Hill School today. So be aware of that. And I think what I'm going to do is jump right into birthdays. Ralphie's Fun Center. Have you heard about what's coming up next week that you got to get signed up for today at Ralphie's?
Time is running out to register for Ralphie's European Excursion Day Camp. Get signed up now for the week of July 16th through the 20th for kids entering K through 7th grade. Enjoy daily challenge games including laser tag, bowling, mini golf, time free, and dodgeball, along with wet and wild water games, plus educational projects and adventures. 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. with morning drop-off starting at 7:30. To sign up for day camp the week of July 16th through the 20th, call Robin McMurtry at 670-4431 or Ralphie's at 629-GAME.
Let's check them out, shall we? Ralphie's Fun Center, the birthday club today. We've got, first of all, Ron Reeves having a birthday, Allison Shields, Janet O'Brien, Brad Doyle. It's Norma Jean Williams' birthday. It's Lennis Williams on the list today, too. Frida Likens, Tracy Matthews. We understand that Miss Tracy is 48 today. We had a lot of folks calling in her birthday, including Tanya, who wanted to make sure that Tanya was included in those wishing Tracy a happy birthday today. It's Aaron Garrett with a birthday. Norma Driver. Norma's 77 today. Now, let's look at Saturday. How about Sam Small? Mr. Sam is going to be 72 tomorrow. Tammy Williams has a birthday. Terry Adams, Stanley Russell Jewell, Natasha Smith. Also, we have Linda Harlow, Phyla Chambers, Joe Renfro, and Kennedy Pointer. Kennedy is going to be 14 on Saturday. 14 on the 14th. All right. Let me get over here to this page where we have Gene Dotson on Sunday, who's having a birthday. Aiden Edwards is going to be 3. Jason Howell. Miss Dixie Nunley on Sunday. Will Nunn. Daryl Pursley. We've got some very special honorees on the weekend anniversary-wise. We have Kenneth and Jane Edwards. It's also the 40th anniversary, my goodness, number 40 for Eddie and Cathy Pettigo on Sunday. And we have Kevin and Angie Coomer with a wedding anniversary Sunday, too. That's a great list, but it's we got room on the paper, so don't be shy. Let us know. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online is WCLUradio.com. 639 at WCLU. I'm just going to go ahead and jump in. Angela, you've been had. Aaron. He brought your camera on a little early.
Oh, Aaron.
So anyway, the archives with...
I would just like to say real quick before we get into the archives.
Yeah.
Aaron, it's real easy to do all that stuff where I can't reach you.
Yeah.
But eventually, I'll be able to reach you.
So we're going to share... by the way, the...
At least I wasn't like picking my nose
No.
or something. Then Aaron and I would have fought in the street.
The sponsor of the archives is Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. And I'm going to come back, Angela, with freshly applied whatever that is you put on. I don't understand makeup. But anyway, we'll do that right after this word from Joseph.
I'll do a tutorial with Aaron.
All right. Joseph A. Wade.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
All right, 100 years ago, things were booming around here.
Uh-huh.
And starting in 1918, this is in the Glasgow Times, this story.
Okay.
I think this is a cool headline because of what the subject is. It says here, the headline in the Glasgow Times, fine piece of work.
Huh.
Here's the rest of the story.
Okay.
The new concrete bridge across South Fork Creek on the Tompkinsville Road has been completed and accepted by the state. It is a beautiful piece of work, and it deserves a fine compliment at the hand of everybody seeing it.
Well, there you go. Dang, that's a nice bridge.
That's right, a nice piece of work there. This work complete was done by Mr. W.C. Moss of this city and reflects the credit to his workmanship.
Well.
So that's a nice compliment there to have. And, you know, if they do a nice job, you got to tell it. I remember a number of years ago over here next door, in between here and the Museum of the Barrons, the State Highway Department was putting up a really nice wrought iron fence up there. And so I was just out there looking at them, and I walked up to these workmen out there, and I said, you know, this really looks nice. And that guy said, thanks, we don't hear that a whole lot.
Well, no, because you're usually sitting there mad because you're stuck in traffic.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, you know, if it's a fine piece of work, say so.
There you go.
That was 1918. All right, here's an interesting transaction in 1928. Negotiations, which began several months ago, resulted in the sale of the Mammoth Cave Railroad and its holdings to Detroit capitalists.
Uh-oh.
How's that for a general pointing of the finger? Hey, it's these people trying to make money out of Detroit capitalists.
Not regular capitalists.
No, that's right. These have a hometown.
Them Yankee capitalists.
Reports are the new company will improve the roadway and operate the railroad for both passenger traffic and, traffic to haul goods and services. The purchasing company has asphalt holdings in the Cub Run section on Green River, and it's believed that they intend to mine the asphalt, barge it to Mammoth Cave, and send it out over the railroad.
How do you mine asphalt?
Well, I mean, it's a interesting story there because asphalt you can't just do it everywhere. In fact, I think in Edmonson County there is a community known as Asphalt because of how rare it is.
Because their roads are so nice.
Well, but what they did was they would mine this asphalt and send it over there on the river and get it on the railroad. So why not, Detroit capitalists? Buy up the railroad.
There you go.
That was in 1928. All right, 1938. Got some more wrecks here. Okay.
Okay.
And the headline reads: 3 injured in wreck on Standpipe Hill Saturday.
Standpipe Hill.
Yeah, we know where that is. Right up at the top of the hill by the animal clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the story. Hillman Knight, age 9, Porter Knight, age 11, and Fred Taylor were treated for injuries at the hospital after being involved in a wreck on the Bowling Green Highway near the depot. A car driven by Henry Atkinson and owned by Dwight Siddons collided with a car driven by Lonnie Tuck of Lafayette, Tennessee. Taylor and the 2 children were riding with Tuck when their car was struck about the middle and practically demolished. The car was badly damaged. The other car was badly damaged. The smaller Knight boy was treated for cuts, bruises, and back injuries and remained in the hospital overnight. Taylor and the older boy were treated for slight injuries and dismissed. Atkinson escaped with cuts and bruises.
Mm-hmm.
So, sounds like it could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a lot worse.
But in 1938, they collided up there at Standpipe Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully everybody learned a little bit. Now, yesterday we had the grand opening out there at the Dodge place.
The horse giveaway.
That's right. The Harlan Motor Company, 307 West Main Street in Glasgow. We had that, talking about all their gifts they were giving away. Everything from hot dogs to auto heaters.
Yeah, for real.
And They were giving away a Tennessee walking horse. Well, in today's news story, here's the following. Brenda Louise Payne, the little 7-year-old daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Carl Payne of Glasgow Route 4, won the Tennessee walking horse given away by Harlan Motor Company.
Oh my God! And you know, parents out there know how. Like, it used to get on my nerves when you'd win like a little goldfish. You know, when Zach would from the fair.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with the goldfish?
Well,
if he had won a horse,
you would have a different way of dealing with it.
I wouldn't deal with it.
Well, it says here that her little schoolmate, Jackie Chisholm, drew her name out. She already has the horse, but she has not decided on a name for the horse yet. Now, I haven't looked ahead to see if we actually report the name when she names it, but nonetheless, she has it, and at age 7, she had to have felt like a winner for sure.
Yeah, and her parents were like, what are we going to do with that horse?
Yeah, that's right. I don't know if they... I'm not sure that Brenda Louise Payne had a place to keep a horse, but she had the horse.
Yeah, like those goldfish. It don't matter if you got a bowl or not.
It's kind of like that, put the cart and the horse in the right order.
I'm saying.
All right, I wish I had done this. I was going to do this, and I just messed it up.
Okay, what'd you mess up? We can still do it. We've got time.
Well, this is an advertisement in the Glasgow Republican, and I remember this company. This is the Jim Walter Home people. Remember Jim Walter Homes?
I do.
Well, they had come out here in 1958.
Okay.
With a new home. It's called the Lanier. Now, all right, hold on. Don't let me make you seasick.
Okay, what is that?
You see that right there?
I like those windows.
Yeah. Well, this is the Lanier home.
For like almost $1,900.
That's right.
That's it.
$1,895 says here that, and $45 a month, or cash price for $1,895. It says here, here's the favorite of 1,000 Southern families. There's bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. It's accommodating to a large family. You only pay $45 a month. Nationally known as Jim Walter Shell Homes.
It's like, Ned Hill's got that song, $1,000 Car.
Yeah.
He needs one now, $2,000 home.
Well, that's right. You needed a home for $2,000. Of course, think about the time here. This was 1958. Everything was a boom.
There you go.
And it says here, we completely finished the exterior and put your floor and wall partition studs inside, and you finish the inside and save up to 70%.
There you go.
And it says here it's heavy construction. You pay only $45 monthly, which in parentheses it says less than rent for 5 years.
Can't beat that.
That certainly you would think would solve a lot of housing problems.
Yeah, but now I'm thinking, if I got a house that the inside was just studs,
yeah,
I'm not really sure how much. I mean, eventually I could finish the inside.
Yeah, you just have trouble making up your mind.
I mean, probably
what to put up.
I'd bring Aaron over there and make him do stuff.
That's right.
We're going down, Aaron.
Okay. Anyway, that's what the deal is here from 1958. The Jim Walter home, and of course, as they grew, and they did grow. You see these pictures. You could, buy a Jim Walter home. Had all types of fancy things about it. All right, this story in 1968. This is a fascinating story right here from a lady I have a great deal of respect for. But let me read it this way. 1968, the Glasgow City Council considered weeds, garbage, but they postponed the matter on public drunks.
Wait, what? Hold up. One more time.
Glasgow City Council considers weeds, garbage, but they postponed the matter on public drunks.
I mean, because thank goodness they handled the weed situation.
Well, now here's the deal.
It's high time they did.
This is the editor of the Glasgow Republican, Ms. Frances Baston. We know Ms. Baston.
Right.
She had proposed that the fine for public drunks be increased by $10 for each arrest. Now, last week there were a total of 31 arrests. 19 involved liquor, one of them a juvenile. But it's kind of progressive punishment, $10 the first time, $20 the second time. There's a deterrent because it's going to cost you more the more times that you're caught.
But I mean, they'd already handled the weed and the garbage situation.
Yeah.
They couldn't do all three.
Well, but this was her. She had. I don't know. Well, maybe we'll see what happened with that. Obviously,
I think they tabled it, and they're going to bring it up at an upcoming meeting.
She, like I said, anyway, Miss Frances Baston. She was an excellent editor of the Republican newspaper, and very much, obviously, community-minded too. That was 1968. But it reads funny. Postpone the matter on public drunks.
I love it.
Hard to postpone that, I think.
I mean, not really. Not for a government body.
1978. Here's what's in the archives this day. The Little League champions. They are the Pelicans.
The what?
The Pelicans.
Stop it.
You never heard of the Pelicans?
I know what a pelican is, but I know there's a massive.
Yeah, oh yeah. The whole time I was playing Little League, one of our arch rivals was the Pelicans. Well, anyway, here's the.
How can you be scared of a team called the Pelicans?
Well, I mean, I was scared of them. Arch and rival and scared is two different things. Here's the team members from the Pelicans from 1978. David Shaw, James York, Joey Simpson, Randy Jewell, Billy Thomason, Doug Depp, Todd Barber, Greg Siblich, Stacy Hagan, and the coach, Larry Barber.
Okay, I just Googled pelican mascot.
Yeah?
It's horrific looking. It is really scary.
Well, it's got a big, big
it's like
bill.
Something out of a Stephen King movie.
Yeah, but it's where they can carry a lot of fish to the nest.
Which is definitely handy in a ball game.
It is. The Pelicans.
Oh my! People Google pelican mascot and go to images.
Yeah.
Weird. It was weird. I'm telling you.
It was Little League.
But I'm saying when you Google it, I'm not saying the Little League was weird. I'm saying when you Google pelican mascot and go to images, it's like something out of a Stephen King movie.
Okay.
There are people dropping their phones right now because they just looked at it.
They want to see what it is.
I'm telling you.
Well, let's move on to 1988 while they're looking, okay? 1988. Remember yesterday we had a story about folks helping out folks in time of need, like putting up, when you were canning goods, putting up something for somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here we are in 1988. This story in the Glasgow Daily Times. It was Hay Sharing Day.
Hay sharing?
Hay Sharing Day planned for the Glasgow Square for Saturday. Now, here's the deal. Farmers are asked to bring a day's supply of hay. It will be stored and then distributed to help area farmers without hay.
Well, that's not.
1988 it was. We probably, I think that's when there was sort of a drought going on, so not everybody was having success raising hay, so they put it up, bring it to town, we'll store it for you and distribute it to the farmers who are out of hay.
They can have all those public drunks pass out.
That's right. Or reduce the fine.
33 of them in a week, wasn't it?
That's right. That's quite a few, They can get some hay done there.
For real.
1998, now open under new ownership, under a new name and new hours, Purina Mills Incorporated is now Rekkles Farm Supply, located beside the animal clinic.
Dude, I love that name, Rekkles.
Rekkles, that's a good...
I would just go in that store.
Yeah.
Even if I needed nothing.
Yes, Rekkles, I know, is a good Hart County name.
I want a T-shirt that has that on it.
Okay. Yeah, beside the animal clinic and in the former Standpipe Hill.
Standpipe Hill.
That was 1998. And finally, let's get over here to 2008.
Okay.
And this is talk about somebody who is stable and somebody who will help out in time of need.
Oh goodness.
2008, this day, Dorothy McCubbin announced. It was announced that she was going to fill the principal post at Red Cross Elementary following the death of Principal Barry Britt on June the 28th. So Miss Dorothy, who has a very distinguished career in education, says, "Sure, I can do that."
There you go.
And she stepped up in time of need, and it made a difference and brought stability. That's what community service is all about. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree.
All right, so that's what we have in the archives here. We have
those Yankee capitalists.
That's right. You and your affection for pelicans.
I'm telling you, got to look at the Google images.
I like the piece of work, the bridge.
Saying a $2,000 house and a $1,000 car.
Yeah.
Ned Hill, there's a new song.
That's right. You should be able to the Jim Walter Holmes song.
And I'm gonna vote against a pelican as being a mascot.
All right. Well, there's not any pelicans in Little League anymore. Anyway, I don't think.
Let's take it before the city council. Maybe they'll table it.
Well, you can see the fabric that we have woven is pretty interesting.
Sometimes we want to hide underneath the fabric.
And we'll continue to share the archives, and we really appreciate everybody who contributes to the archives, including the archivist, Ms. Gail Berry, and Mr. Ray Green, and of course Miss Sherry Wesley driving the train down there at the Cultural Center. And I got to make sure I don't have any. I'll make sure that I am promoting everything I'm supposed to be promoting. And don't forget to go down there and see this temporary exhibit related to the Revolutionary War, George Washington, the Constitution, and several Edmund Rogers DAR chapter artifacts and photos. It's the Cultural Center, and we really appreciate that place.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea.
Billy Wright called up to tell me that the community I'm thinking of over in Edmonson County is not asphalt, it is Kai Rock. That is true. I've talked to some native Edmonson Countyans about Kai Rock and how important all of the various things that happened at Kai Rock to help with the asphalt, development of roads, things of that nature. Kai Rock. Also today we are patting a very nice couple on the back. It's Eddie and Cathy Pettigo Day. Now Eddie and Cathy Pettigo, great folks, Sunday, celebrating their 40th wedding anniversary. So if you see Eddie and or Cathy around town anywhere today, congratulate them on 40 years of wedded bliss and let them know they're good as gold. And the way it looks like on the nomination form that was turned in here, it looks like that there's going to be a photograph on our website of Eddie and Cathy as a part of their being honored as good as gold from the nomination form. So check that out too, and let them know they're good as gold from WCLU. And a little taste of Texas. And coming up, let's see, about this time next hour, we'll be drawing for our weekly winner of dinner at A Little Taste of Texas. So get ready for that.
Get ready for hot summer savings at Gilly Hyde. Our summer clearance event gives you the best deals on over 400 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and crossovers, both imports and domestics. Or choose to save big on brand new 2018 and 2019 models with up to $10,000 off sticker or 0% financing for up to 60 months on many new Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. We work with over 20 lenders to get you the financing that you need no matter your credit situation. You can shop online 24/7 at gillyhyde.com, where you can see our entire inventory, take a video test drive, see the Carfax Vehicle History Report, apply for financing, and get an instant trade-in offer on your vehicle. We'll even buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. Hurry into Gilly Hyde in Glasgow or Tompkinsville for hot summer savings. And always remember, come to the home of legendary service, Gilly Hyde.
See there for details.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
This morning, we did start the day a couple degrees below average. This afternoon, plenty of sunshine in 93, so hot once again, but humidity in check. Tonight, clear 68, kicking off the weekend on Saturday with plenty of sunshine, 94. Sunday, a few clouds around with highs in the low 90s, and a thunderstorm chance starting to begin here Monday of Tuesday of next week, and that's going to put temperatures down into the middle to upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stijik from the Weather Channel, WCLU, your home for local.
It's a pleasant start to the day. We're at 66 degrees here at WCLU. A little less humid, a nice little breeze. Let's get out and make the most of it. Weather brought to you by South Central Bank.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee. If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
John's A&W sponsors trivia. We're going to be doing that coming up in just a moment here on WCLU. Getting ready to make folks a winner. And, of course, a lot of stuff coming up locally in the news at 7 o'clock, so hang on.
Are you looking for a new home for your money? Hi, I'm
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
No, because Long John Silver's in Glasgow is announcing some show-stopping deals for you and your family. Every Sunday from 11 till 7, it's all-you-can-eat fish and chicken for $8.99. Bring your friends and family on Sundays and get all-you-can-eat fish and chicken $8.99. If it's Tuesday, it's Taco Tuesday. Get a fish taco for 99 cents. Friday, it's crab cakes, just 99 cents each. These are limited-time deals, so get to Long John's in Glasgow today. So today being Friday, what does that mean it is? It's a Crab Cake Friday. That's right. Crab cakes, which are absolutely delicious. If you haven't had the way that Long John Silver's cranks out a crab cake, go over there and take advantage and get you some, as they say. 99 cents each. Today being Friday at John's A&W. Now let's ask the question and see who's going to win a Fish and More dinner at Long John's, just for being a smart person. You know, we had a stumper yesterday. Pretty tough question, and we got to get off of the stump today. Yesterday's question involved, what's the national sport of Brazil? Today, we're going to reduce it down a little bit. What is the state dance of Kentucky? What is the official state dance of Kentucky? Who knows? Somebody thinks they do. Trivia?
Square dance.
No? Trivia?
Flat steps.
No? Trivia?
Clogging.
That's it! Who's this?
Billy Rod.
How do you clog, Billy?
You know, I've seen it, but I can't describe it.
Or I thought you were going to say you've seen it, but you can't do it.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, all right. I knew that's what you meant. You know, it is a fascinating dance, and you just kind of have to understand steps and keep up with your partner and all that. And going back into the early days of the state of Kentucky for entertainment, they would have these big clogging dances.
Imagine it came from Scotland?
Well, I think it did. If you've been to the Highland Games, you have seen some clogging. It's, Highland dance looks similar to clogging, is what I'm aware of clogging is, so it could very well be. But nonetheless, it's the state dance. So, if, It's pretty big if it's big enough to be the state dance. It's clogging.
Yes, sir.
I thought that square dancing answer was a pretty good answer, but that's probably already taken some other state dance.
Might be Tennessee.
Yeah, it could be. All right, Billy, you won, and you earned it. And thanks for tuning in today, sir.
Yes, sir, thank you.
You have a good day. Bye-bye. Billy, right. Yeah, that's right. Clogging. That's the state dance of Kentucky. And we're off the stump. We're back to winners. And we'll continue that trend on Monday. Thanks to Long John's.
CBS News Update. President Trump has just arrived at Prime Minister Theresa May's country home outside London for what could be an awkward meeting. In an interview with The Sun, he criticized May over her Brexit negotiations and praised ex-Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson.
I'm not pitting one against the other. I'm just saying I think he'd be a great prime minister. Yeah, I think he's got what it takes, and I think he's got the right attitude to be a great prime minister.
Political strategist Greg Valliere.
In an ironic sort of way, it might actually lead the British people to have some sympathy for her having to deal with Trump. It might actually help her cause.
Demonstrations are underway in London.
This is Steve Futterman in Trafalgar Square. Organizers say up to 100,000 people may be here for the protests. They will have speeches here, and most of these speeches will talk about why they disagree with Donald Trump.
CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Unfruitville, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
For many years, residents of Glasgow got used to their friendly postman, Rollin Dixon.
I delivered all over town. I was the swing man. I delivered 5 different routes.
A kind word and a smile were his trademark. But there's a little-known fact about his smile.
My teeth have always been bad.
Rollin wanted his teeth fixed. He researched dental implants, and he got Dr. Jim Thurman to get the job done.
I got my first one in 2014. I have 5.
5 implants?
When I got one tooth fixed and got my cap on it and everything, then it wouldn't be 2 months till another one would go out. I'd break off.
What really was Rollin's incentive?
It's hard to eat when you can't chew food. I love steak if it's a good tender steak. But now if it's a tough steak, it makes my teeth sore. I do better with these.
Dr. Jim Thurman and his staff explained the entire process and made it enjoyable.
I always look forward to going out there and joking around with them. We always had a big time whenever I went. And, of course, he was right in the middle of it usually.
And that's right where he loves to be. Call 651-5939 and get started. Dr. Jim Thurman and Dr. Amy Cassidy.
At the People's Bank in Glasgow, we believe that people still like the friendly atmosphere of a community bank. A bank where you're more than just a number. You get one-on-one personal service. A bank where your money's reinvested in the community. And decisions, well, they're all made locally. The People's Bank gives you everything you'd expect in a bank, including online and mobile banking. Get the banking you deserve. Located at 605C on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. The People's Bank, working for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's spring sale time at Bailey Gibson, and Dad's got the prices you're looking for. New incentives are being offered on many GMCs and Buicks on the lot. We hope you're looking for a new car or truck, because we're looking for good trade-ins. Bring your used car or truck to Bailey Gibson, and we'll offer you a better deal than you can get anywhere around. Stop by and check out our spring savings event now underway at Bailey Gibson in Glasgow. Lola, what do you say?
We're having a springtime sale at Bailey Gibson. Give my dandy a call on his flip phone for a great deal.
I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. As recent history tells us, disasters can happen. It's impossible to prepare for everything, but it is possible to prepare for what happens next. And that's where we come in. At ISU Peddie Lessenberry Insurance Agency, we can provide you with many options as an independent agency. And it's our job to make sure you know about all the what-ifs so that your policy has you prepared for what happens next. So just ask us. We'd be honored that you did. Just give us a call at 651-8837. We're ISU Peddie Lessenberry Insurance Agency, growing with a proud community since 1902.
Briggs with WCLU, and this is your top story at 7, where I've got one of Glasgow's finest right here with me today, Mr. Eddie Bruner. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good, Angela. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, anyone that follows you on Instagram or is on your Facebook sees all the awesome pictures you take as you're out
Or even
biking.
reads the county paper.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, publishes all that
right.
stuff, yeah.
Now, how long have you been riding?
pretty much my whole life. I started cycling kind of seriously, you know, as in 15, 16 years old and doing racing and different things, and it's just been a kind of a lifestyle thing.
Now, what is that big thing that I saw you and a gentleman, Wade England, ride on these big skateboards?
Oh, that's a whole other thing. These big longboards. That's right. That's just trying to recapture being 14. I think is what that is.
Yeah. Well, I hope you all get there.
Hopefully in one piece.
Now, while cycling, I think a lot of us maybe think of just riding down our street. A lot of people cycle out on main roads or out on, especially secondary roads, and it can be dangerous for cyclists.
It can be, and we have a lot of cyclists in our area. You know, there's several dozen serious road cyclists that ride a lot of miles. You know, I ride about 12,000 miles a year, mostly on Barron County roads, some of the surrounding counties, and I do take some trips and go other places, but most of it's here. And you've got guys in Barron County and Glasgow that ride 10,000 miles a year, a whole lot of, you know, 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000 mile a year riders, and then even more of the kind of the 3,000 and 4,000 mile a year riders. It's men and women, younger people, older people. There's a lot that do it, and it's an important thing to be aware of. It's a growing thing in the world, but it's starting to kind of filter into Kentucky as well. And you know, tourism it's a huge draw for it. Right. You know, you've got a lot of the bigger cities are really trying to promote that. A lot of rides that are put on. I mean, here in our area, you've had for a number of years, Friends of Mammoth Cave have done the Pedal for the Park, which I've been part of with them for quite a while, and we put that on once or twice a year. Bowling Green does Tour to Cave, which comes all through Barron County and through Mammoth Park, Mammoth Cave National Park. You have a lot going on with that. We have Cave Country Trails, which is an organization of all the counties that border Mammoth Cave and cycling in addition to horseback riding, hiking, and canoeing. But we promote that for our area, and there's a whole lot going on with that. You've got Park City, Cave City, Horse Cave all becoming trail towns, so you're going to see more and more bicycles on the road as time goes on.
And it's more than just, you know, you may be out for you know, an hour ride in the afternoon. This is seriously drawing people into this area because we have beautiful scenery and we support cyclists.
We do, and we see a lot of it now, and it's continuing to grow. And Mammoth Cave tends to be the center of it. I see a lot of cyclists, people I know and people that I follow on different internet things that will come to Mammoth Cave for 3 days, 4 days a week, and they will ride the trails out there. They'll ride the roads all through Barron County. There's numerous resources on the internet you can find, from just kind of organic stuff to going to the Bicycle of the Barrens page, going to Cave Country Trails that will show road cycling routes through Barron County. You can do different functions on services and see what's called heat maps that'll show you the roads that people ride the most. So there's a lot of stuff. There's literature you can get that Cave City puts out that will show you the better trails and better routes in our area. So we have riders coming in from all over the country, all over the world, as well as the local riders experiencing our roads. Kentucky, we have some of the best roads in the country. Most of our roads are asphalt. They are very smooth. Our roads are not heavily tore up by the winter. They last, and we just have wonderful scenery. And you can see that from the pictures I take. And not just me, there's others that do that as well, that we have a wonderful place to ride.
And now let's talk a little bit about cyclists having to share the roadway with vehicles and with semi-trucks and everything. And there's a law that goes into effect. Is it Saturday? It's
Saturday, the 14th, and that's mainly why we're sitting down to talk today. Kentucky has lagged the rest of the country in what's called a safe passing law. Something like 38, 39 states have had this, and others are coming along. In Kentucky, we passed one in our spring legislature, passed the safe passing law for Kentucky. It's KRS 189.300, which means it is the law that on any public road, it doesn't matter if it's a city street, North Green Street, if it's 31E, if it's 91, if it's Steam Mill Road, Iron Mountain Road, some road you never heard of, cyclists have always had the right to be there, but there wasn't a law specifically saying how a vehicle had to pass them. Now, if you are in a motor vehicle, you must give a bicycle 3-foot right of way when you pass them.
And that means nothing.
That's nothing. I'm going to tell you, a lot of countries are 1.5 meters, 5 foot. England is 6 foot, but we're at 3 foot, and that's fine. That's adequate. But that's from the outer edge of your mirror to the outer edge of the bicycle. So pay attention to that. And the law states that you must give that. If you can't, you have to slow down until you have a chance to give that. You're allowed to pass a double yellow line to pass a bicycle, which was a problem before because you're kind of in this gray area of going, I need to give the bicycle room, but it is illegal to cross a double yellow line. You're allowed to do that. So be aware of that. Cyclists have every single right on the road that a car does, with the exception of interstates. We can't get on the Parkway, which not that we would want to, and we can't get on I-65, 75. But every other road, we have the exact same rights. Now, we have to follow the rules of the road, too. We have to stop at stop signs. We give hand signals, all that stuff, and that's important. And I beat that into new cyclists' heads that you have to follow that as well, just as in a car. In a car, it's easy to be complacent and roll through a stop sign. as it is on a bicycle, but we have to pay attention. But you have to look for safety. I mean, it was just a few weeks ago, a WKU coach was killed on 6880 by a car. And he wasn't even the roadway. He was on the shoulder. The car passed the white line, passed the rumble strips, and killed this man, and still sent other people to intensive care. So you have to pay attention. You are piloting a 4,000-pound piece of steel, and I'm on a 15-pound bicycle.
The vehicle's always going to
I'm going to lose in that argument. So you need to give this right away, and it is the law now. So that is a positive thing. It will help Kentucky with tourism. Right now, we have been ranked one of the dead bottom states by the Adventure Cycling Association, by the Randoneering Association. A number of those are the passing law. The other are loose dogs, which me and you have talked about before. So we're moving forward as a state with these things. Cyclists do need to keep as far as reasonable to the right of the roadway and as practical as the way the law states. And I know people can say, well, what does that mean? It varies, because some roads you can get right over the edge and I'll do it. Others will give you all the room in the world on a car. Others, you have those rumble strips, you have debris, you have a lot of times the road's kind of broken up there, so you've got to ride what's practical, so they'll be into the road a bit. So give them room. Just like a motorcycle, bicycles can ride two abreast. So you'll see that on county roads, two cyclists side by side. You need to give the outside cyclist 3 foot. Now, most riders, when you see a car, you will try to both get over.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
It goes both ways. I mean, as a cyclist, I try to give courtesy to cars. If I'm on a hilly road, like if I'm on an oil well and a school bus is coming, I will pull over. I know they have a problem getting up these hills. So I'll find a reasonable spot that I can get over, and you'll wave, and drivers appreciate that. So we're all sharing it, but the roads are for both of us. They're not made for cars, they're not made for bicycles, they're made for all of us.
So again, the 3 feet, while the majority, or while I know most people surely would give 3 feet to a cyclist.
They do.
Again, that is a law that goes into effect Saturday.
It's the law Saturday.
And if folks want to know more about cycling or any of the groups that you're involved in, where can they get that information?
You can go to Cape Country Trails Facebook page. You can go to Bicycles of the Barron's Facebook page. You can go to, the state has a page for Troy Hearn, who's the pedestrian bicycle coordinator for the state. He manages a page, and you can find it by searching things like, Kentucky Bicycling Official, that thing. You can come to my store and talk to me.
I was going to say Glasgow
Go to Plant Board, talk to Billy Ray. There's a lot of cyclists around. You can talk to the mayor, Mayor Doty rides a bicycle.
Do you have a basket on your bike like the mayor has on his?
No, he has that special little bike. That's the get out of his way. He rings that bell and everything part. I think it just turns.
Like Moses.
I think he can turn the red lights. He has a button.
I want one of those buttons.
As a note, this is an interesting thing, and a lot of cyclists don't know this. In Kentucky, you can ride two abreast, but you can't in Mammoth Cave. Federal law doesn't allow that. And I have a friend who got a ticket, so that's kind of funny. He got pulled over by a ranger in Mammoth Cave. And I'm like, could you get a picture of that?
Yes.
So just things to be aware of. The laws do vary. So if you're new to cycling, reach out and ask people. People will help you. They'll tell you what the laws are. The Bowling Green has a couple wonderful bike shops that'll help you with that stuff. Bowling Green has a bike club, Bowling Green League of Bicyclists, just like we do in Glasgow. If you're new to cycling and you want to get some time riding but don't want to be on the roads, the Corvette track in Bowling Green in the summers is open from 5 to 9. And you can ride your bicycle on it. You can ride your skateboard on it. You can ride your roller skates. You can take your stroller. And that's a neat place to meet people and to get some time riding with other riders, but with no traffic, but on a kind of controlled area. So there's a lot going on.
Get your stamina built up that way.
Yeah, you can.
Again, folks, Angela Briggs' Eddie Bruner. Give cyclists 3 feet. While you should have already been doing it, be sure to do it Saturday.
Thank you.
Go by and see him, Glasgow Coin and Jewelry, Bicycles of the Barrons, or basically if you Google Kentucky and bicycles, I'm sure this guy will come up at some point. I'm Angela Briggs of WCLU. This is today's top story.
The university scientists
this Saturday morning, July 14th, Elmore Realty and Auction has a prime investment opportunity for you.
The Magic Man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the Magic Man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is a culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
be the future face of Pettigo-Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo-Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo-Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hometown.
In more local news, on Wednesday night, Bowling Green police received a call that a woman had called dispatch reporting the shooting near the Rock Creek Road. When officers arrived, they found the victim, 27-year-old Evander Tardy of Bowling Green, with multiple gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Area residents told police they had heard a confrontation just prior to the gunshots. Detectives are currently canvassing the area in an attempt to locate anyone who may have seen or heard anything prior to the shooting. Anyone with any information is urged to contact Bowling Green Police, 270-393-4000. And Bowling Green police are also investigating a stabbing that occurred in front of a residence on Hill Ridge Court. Nicholas Donnell and Jesse Tyndall both said they were robbed at gunpoint by Tyrone Rickett. Now, Donnell told police he was shot in the lip and side by Rickett, afterwards realizing he'd been shot with only a pellet gun. Now, the men got in a fight, and both Donnell and Tyndall said Rickett pulled a knife out and began swinging it at them, ultimately seriously injuring both. An additional witness told police they saw Rickett with a knife right after the altercation. Now, Ricketts denied having the gun or knife and denied robbing Donnell and Tyndall. 29-year-old Tyrone Rickett was arrested, charged with robbery first degree and assault first degree. He was lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail. The Barron County Board of Education is getting ready for back to school. Director of Pupil Personnel Anthony Frazier says the new handbooks are now board approved.
The Student Discipline Code handbook, the College Street handbook, and the Phoenix Program handbook. We also have the second reading of our revised search and seizure policy. But the big thing for me today is our open enrollment for Barron County schools. All of our elementaries, middle and high school today are preparing for new students to enroll in Barron County schools. It's today from 12 to 6. So we invite all of our parents out and to come tour our buildings and come speak to our leadership teams. We're looking forward to a successful day today and look forward to a great start of the school year.
The school bus traffic on local roadways has been minimal these past couple months. Transportation Director Chip Jenkins wants to remind everyone that school will be back in session in just a few weeks. When a school bus has the stop arm out, you have to stop. Jenkins says that passing a school bus with the stop arm out is illegal.
Just FYI that as school is beginning to start up in the next short few weeks, transportation will be again talking with the citizens of Barron County about illegal passing and also bus safety tips for parents to be prepared for the oncoming school year. So we will post this on our Barron County School website, and that for sure will be able to get out to all the public. And again, we will be monitoring illegal passing and then again helping parents with safety tips for their children to board safely each and every day.
In less than a month, the Barron County School District will cut the ribbon on the new CTE, and at the same time, work will begin on the current ATC. Here's Superintendent Bo Matthews.
Just to clarify, the two projects in terms of funding have been combined with the Department of Education, so we're actually beginning the work for the ATC project while we're winding down the CTE, and which is somewhat alphabet soup, but nonetheless we're going to finish the CTE project on time,
Matthews said that the ribbon cutting for the new CTE will be August 7th. The first day back for students is the 8th, and on the 18th, don't miss Western Kentucky University's Red-White Scrimmage, which will be held on Trojan Field in the new stadium. And Glasgow fire is under investigation, and the fire department responded to a structure fire on Carnation Drive. When fire units arrived, they could see flames coming from the rear of the building. Now, the home's owned by Jane Burrow and occupied by Angela Whitlow. Glasgow Fire Department says the cause of the fire is currently under investigation by both the fire department and Glasgow Police. Fire units were on the scene about 2 hours and were assisted by Glasgow Police, Barron, Medcath EMS, the Glasgow Electric Plant Board, and the Glasgow Water Company. On Wednesday, troopers had received an anonymous tip of drug activity, so they conducted a knock and talk at a residence on Buckner Hill Road. When they got there, they made contact with 34-year-old Jennifer Moss and 27-year-old Brandon Schaffner, both of Greensburg. The pair gave law enforcement consent to search, and inside they found pipes, marijuana, and methamphetamine. Both were arrested, charged with possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of marijuana. And in local 911 activity, there was a brush fire yesterday morning on Austin Tracy Road. The Austin Tracy Volunteer Fire Department responded. There were 2 alarm calls yesterday, one on Honeysuckle Lane, one on Glenview Drive, and there was an unknown fire on Eastview Drive late last night. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. Right now it's 7:27 a.m., 66 degrees.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
He does not have policies in place at all.
State Auditor Mike Harmon says some of the findings include employee-only surplus property sales, tax violations, and former employees maintaining access to the office's case management system. Attorney General Andy Beshear has filed another lawsuit against a drug manufacturer accusing the company of using deceptive marketing to promote painkillers that fueled the drug addiction epidemic in the state. Suzanne Duvall reports.
Beshear says that St. Louis-based pharmaceutical company Mallinckrodt underplayed the risk of addiction in order to promote its opioid products. And he says the company knew what it was doing.
They made the conscious decision to put their profits in front of the health of our people, to allow countless Kentuckians to fall into addiction while they made money month after month after month.
This is the 8th lawsuit Beshear has filed against opioid distributors or manufacturers who do business in Kentucky. I'm Suzanne Duvall.
The Kentucky Department for Public Health continues to urge people to help stop the spread of hepatitis A. Since November, over 600 cases have been reported in the state. Indiana yesterday confirmed that state's first death because of hepatitis A. Health officials say thorough hand washing is one basic way to stop the spread of the disease. I'm Jerry Bloom.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Visit the Speed Art Museum's new exhibition, Picasso to Pollock. Opening June 16th, explore 72 rare masterworks from the early 20th century when artists shattered norms in reaction to an ever-changing world. Come see a show where art meets history and competing artists were looked upon as superheroes on exclusive loan from the Eskenazi Museum of Art at Indiana University. Get your tickets now at speedmuseum.org.
Georgetown, Kentucky has you covered from horses to horsepower. At the Kentucky Horse Park, you can see living legends of the sport of kings. And at Old Friends Thorough Retirement Farm, you can literally feed a carrot to a Derby winner. Just down the road, the Toyota Visitor Center offers an amazing array of attractions and tours. If you like fast horses and even faster cars, come and catch the unbridled spirit of the Bluegrass State in Georgetown, Kentucky.
All right, Mayor Curry, you guys have got a really big event and a neat event that's coming up in Horse Cave. It's going to open up this weekend at the Thomas House. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a
traveling exhibit from the Smithsonian Institute, and we actually applied about over 2 years ago, so it's taken us over 2 years to get it in Horse Cave. You know, we're pretty excited. It's going to be here at Horse Cave for the next 6 weeks. It'll be at historic Thomas House right in the middle of town. And what Hometown Teams is all about is teams. And, you know, this area here has been pretty unique. It's always been called the Twin Cities because Cave City and Horse Cave basically made up Barron Independent Schools, which was actually a collaboration of Horse Cave, Cave City, and Horse Cave Colored Schools. You know, and we've had a huge amount of talent that actually came through this area, and you know, we're pretty proud to be able to showcase this. And when we talk about teams, it's not only athletic teams, we're talking about anything that evolves around teams and teamwork, whether it might be Cub Scouts, cheerleaders, band, you know, but anything that associates with teams, we try to display. And you know, pretty proud. I've got a good group of people that came in, and we've collaborated and put our heads together to try to make this thing be conducive and highlight the things that's happening here in our area.
So, you know, it may be some stuff that people might know, and also some stuff they may not realize, you know, that people have done after leaving the Twin Cities.
Well, that's true. You know, it's you know, given the history of this area, it's pretty unique. You know, we've had several professional people that just came out of this two little old towns, which you know, pretty unique, and we're really proud of them. We're able to be able to display. That's going back to when we had two people that came from this area that played with the Harlem Globetrotters, Lawrence Wilson and Carl Taylor.
Is it something in the water down there?
It must be.
I'd bottle it up and sell it. All right, now you guys are going to cut the ribbon on this tomorrow.
We're going to have a ribbon cutting at 10 o'clock tomorrow. And we've got several things that we've got to try to, as far as the ribbon cutting and the opening ceremony, we'll have and our local fire department will be cooking like a traditional ball game festivities, the hot dogs, hamburgers, nachos, and of course cold drinks, and we'll be giving those plates to the people who come in and about our opening ceremonies tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Now, if folks can't make it tomorrow, when can they go and see the exhibit?
They will be able to buy an appointment during the week. They'll call City Hall, and we'll get somebody to go and take them on a tour. But on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, it will be open for regular hours. I think those hours are like from 10 to 5, and I had to look at the schedule exactly. But you know, we're, like I say, we're really excited about bringing this to Horse Cave, and it's a traveling Smithsonian exhibit, and it came in about 21 different boxes, so, and they all had a detail, and we had a representative from them also came in and stayed with us until we got it set up and make sure we got everything set up exactly the way it should be.
Well, all right, Mayor Curry, 10 o'clock tomorrow's the ribbon cutting. We'll see you down there in Horse Cave, where you guys have got the Smithsonian Institute, and people will find out some pretty cool things about the Twin Cities.
That's true. We welcome anybody, and hope to get the word out, and we hope to have as many people as can. We've already had a lot of response from people that used to live here that's coming back here for that very reason.
Well, all right, we'll see you in the morning at 10 o'clock, Mayor.
All right, thank you, Angela.
Thank you so much.
I was about to pull my own hair out. I've been driving around for the last hour trying to find a place for me and my kids to get our hair cut on a Saturday morning. I know, good luck, right? Well, don't pull your hair out. Stop in and see our friends down at Heritage 76 Barbershop today. Heritage 76 Barbershop is located right on the Glasgow Square, so it's not difficult to find, so there won't be any driving around looking for a place. You can go right next to the Plaza Theater. You'll see the barber pole right out front. You can stop in and see David, Anthony, and Cody, who have more than 50 years of combined barbershop experience. No problems if you want to stop in on a Saturday Saturday as well. They're open from 8 to 3, and you can make an appointment if you want to schedule your time, or you can just show up and walk in with the kids. Either way, you're going to lean back in a professional environment with a big screen TV and 3 barbers who can carry on a conversation and cut hair. Stop in and see Heritage 76 Barbershop, or visit our website, heritage76barbershop.com. Call for an appointment or stop in, but whatever you do, don't pull your hair out driving around on another Saturday. See Heritage 76 Barbershop.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
The home for Holland Grills in Southern Kentucky is Southern States. For more than 30 years, Holland has been building America's greatest grill. The Holland Grill is easy to use and gives you moist, juicy, tender food each and every time you grill. Southern States carries a great selection of Holland Grills, ready to be put into service today. The only grill made which offers a no flare-up guarantee in writing. And listen for details on the summer propane fill-up promotion coming soon to Southern States in Glasgow.
Higher dew points well south of us, so that's actually making the air mass feel just a little bit better, I guess. Still going to be hot out there over the next few days. I think we'll still see temperatures at or above 90 degrees, maybe even a day or two in the mid-90s, and not much rain in the forecast here. This morning, we're actually down to start the day, or we did start the day a couple degrees below average. This afternoon, plenty of sunshine in 93, so hot once again, but I'm going to say humidity in check. Tonight, clear 68. Kicking off the weekend on Saturday with plenty of sunshine, 94. Sunday, a few clouds around with highs in the low 90s. And a thunderstorm chance starting to get in here Monday of Tuesday of next week. And that's going to put temperatures down into the middle to upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel, WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Let's look at the current conditions. The barometric pressure is up at 30.14. Humidity is at 92%. No rain in the last 24 hours. And the wind's out of the northeast. About 3 miles an hour, but it's a pretty morning out there. It looks beautiful, feels beautiful, and it is beautiful. This WCLU weather update brought to you as a service of your friends. Located at Southern States in Glasgow, 70 degrees now.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
39. I'm getting behind on myself. 7:39, and today we're patting Eddie and Cathy Pettigo on the back. Now, Eddie and Cathy have a 40th wedding anniversary on Sunday, and by special request they were nominated on our nomination form right here that Eddie and Cathy are going to be good as gold because they have an anniversary on Sunday. And the nomination form looks like that a photograph was submitted for their anniversary, and I'm sure if it's not online just yet, our crack staff will have it online in just a couple of minutes. So we'll... Oh, wait a minute. There it is. It's actually on the TV, too. That's that's Eddie and Cathy right there. Well, thank you, Aaron, for taking care of that. Let them know they're good as gold. Happy 40th anniversary from WCLU and a little taste of Texas. Why don't we go ahead and do the rest of the list? Ralphie's Fun Center says, yeah, but don't forget to sign up for next week.
Time is running out to register for Ralphie's European Excursion Day Camp. Get signed up now for the week of July 16th through the 20th for kids entering K through 7th grade. Enjoy daily challenge games including laser tag, bowling, mini golf, time free, and dodgeball, along with wet and wild water games, plus educational projects and adventures. 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. with morning drop-off starting at 7:30. To sign up for day camp the week of July 16th through the 20th, call Robin McMurtry at 670-4431. Or Ralphie's at 629-GAME.
Yes, indeed. Ralphie's Fun Center providing the fun. You get ready to get signed up for that big deal that's coming up next week. Speaking of big deals, I got a big bunch of birthdays to share with you today. Let me put my glasses on so I might be able to read a few of them. Okay, we've got today Ron Reeves having a birthday. It's also Allison Shields, Janet O'Brien, Brad Doyle, Norma Jean Williams, Lennis Williams, Frida Likens. Tracy Matthews is 48 today. Aaron Garrett has a birthday. It's the 77th birthday today for Norma Driver, and it's also Jacob Ramey's birthday. Jacob is 6 today, and I understand we're wishing him happy birthday from Mom, Dad, Bubby, and Sissy. Okay, now let's go to Saturday, where we have the birthday on Saturday of Sam Small. Mr. Sam is 72. Tammy Williams, Terry Adams, Stanley Russell Jewell, Natasha Smith, Linda Harlow, Phyla Chambers, Joe Renfro, Kennedy Pointer is 14 tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we know that Gene Dotson celebrates. Aiden Edwards is 3. Jason Howell, Dixie Nunnally, Will Nunn, Daryl Pursley has a birthday on Sunday, too. Anniversaries, as we mentioned, Eddie and Cathy Peddie go their 40th. Kenneth and Jane Edwards, and Kevin and Angie Coomer on Sunday. 651-9149, 800-956-1023 online, WCLUradio.com. We got special interview coming up and tidbit news, so hang right where you are.
Good morning, friends. On August 21st, 2017, we and parts of the United States experienced a total eclipse of the sun. People traveled long distances to see this once-in-a-lifetime event. Many had been making preparations for years to be able to see such a sight. As the time drew nearer, people jammed the roadways and paid ridiculous prices for places of lodging and made this event, which lasted only around 2 minutes, their top priority in life. It occurred to me that around 2,000 years ago, the sun was completely blackened for 3 hours one Friday while our Lord Jesus hung on a cross, dying for the sins of the world. That eclipse was much more significant than any ever seen since or that will ever be seen again. One day that same Lord Jesus will return from heaven to earth. If people would just make as much preparation for his return as many did for the recent eclipse, then all would be much better off. One thing's for sure, no one will have to travel at all to witness his return. No one will have to reserve lodging, and no one will fail to see him. But everyone must be prepared for his return. If anyone has not made adequate preparation, then that one will be sadly and forever banned from the presence of God. Everyone will be present, and everyone will bow before King Jesus on that day. Plan now. You can't afford to neglect that preparation. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
The Empty Nest inside Pharmacy Express is your shop for home, body, gifts, weddings, babies, and more store. You'll find a little bit of everything, and it's far from empty. If you need a gift for someone during bereavement, the Empty Nest carries wind chimes, picture frames, birdhouses, and canvas prints for remembering a loved one. Celebrating a new baby or a couple just getting married, the Empty Nest has bridal and baby registry too. You'll see it's not so empty at the Empty Nest inside Pharmacy Express at the corner of the Bypass and Cleveland Avenue in Glasgow.
All right, 7:45, quarter till 8. Any way you look at it here on WCLU, I've got to tell you though that it's only been a week, but we had a ball last Saturday stuffing the bus.
Super fun time.
At Houchins IGA. Met lots of really nice folks.
Yes, we did.
Got lots and lots and lots of goodies for back to school.
Yes, for sure.
And you also got an interview down there that day, didn't you?
Well, I think Ray Stajic is a very talented, very marvelous meteorologist.
And he watches this show, by the way. I noticed.
Ray,
on Facebook.
I love you.
Sometimes he, comments on things that we've done.
But now sometimes Ray seems a little too happy when temperatures are like 500.
Yeah, that's right.
I need him to feel our pain.
Yeah.
I need him to hear him smacking his hand against the desk. Oh my goodness, folks, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel I get that from him. But I met the marvelous Scott Burchard. He is the weekend meteorologist at WNKY.
Yeah.
And, I've always wanted to have a meteorologist in front of me to ask a couple questions.
Yeah.
Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's talk a little bit about weather. Okay. Is it your fault when I don't like the weather?
That depends on who you ask. Usually, yes.
Do you get blamed for them? You just tell people what it's going to do. Do you ever get blamed for what it actually does?
Sometimes, yes. The bigger issue is if the forecast is wrong, because we don't necessarily take just what the National Weather Service says it's going to happen. We look at the models. We use our meteorological training and analyze things.
See, I'm picturing some table in some back room somewhere. Y'all are laughing like, ha ha, we'll show them. We'll say it's going to be sunny and then it's going to rain. So do those conversations you're saying they never happen?
No.
So you're saying that when the weather's wrong, it's just wrong. There's no grander plot against us people trying to enjoy the weather?
I think for the most part, there's no grander plot.
How long have you been doing weather?
This time, almost a year, but years ago I worked in television, stepped out of the business for a while, and came back, and my first home is WNKY.
Do you take requests?
Requests for weather? If there was a way I could do it and take donations for it, I would.
When it's terrible outside, it's 500 degrees, we're all sweating, could you at least sound a little more upset? Like, folks, I'm sorry, oh my goodness, it's going to be 500.
You know what? My favorite weather is hot, humid weather.
Yeah, okay. Conversation's over. Thank you very much. I had to end it there.
Yeah. If hot humid is what he likes.
Well, I know, and see, I love him. So, at that moment where I, may start to question my feelings, so I had to stop it.
Well, and of course, he's the weekend meteorologist there at WNKY, so...
Dude, I love him. Seriously, folks, check him out. He cracks me up.
I guess he's working this weekend, is that right? Where the heat index...
Yes.
What did that weather forecast say, Aaron? 102 heat index tomorrow?
700 degrees.
Okay, there it is. A high of 102 tomorrow.
I feel like he would be like, folks, take it easy this weekend. Yeah. It's going to be super hot outside.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it was fun, too. It was a fun day, including the fact we get to meet... local meteorologists, all that sort of stuff.
Met a lot of cool people. I just want to definitely say thanks to everyone who came out and who got some things to stuff the bus.
Tony Rose and all the folks there that were working hard.
And those events like that, they don't just happen like that. It takes a lot of work, a lot of planning. Go Tony Rose.
Makes a difference.
Find him on Instagram. I just started following him.
All right. And in 60 seconds, we're going to come right back and do the rest of the tidbit news, okay?
We can do it.
So you can clear out you've had some all-star news stories this morning. Randall Curry, Eddie Bruner, Scott Burchard, and we'll have tidbit news coming up shortly.
If I could just get Dave Childress from Ancient Aliens, it'd be the perfect Friday morning.
Well, I think Aaron's working on that, okay?
He's not working on
that. All right.
Shut that window!
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do.
This intro over here, let me get it cranked up, okay?
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
All right, from around the world and up your street, it's Tidbit News.
And I think I've realized why Aaron thinks he can be a little spicy this morning.
Yeah, why is that?
Because I've got this big boot on my foot.
Okay.
Yeah,
So he thinks, haha, she can't get me.
Yeah, it was about.
Aaron, I will not have this boot forever.
Here, I'll tell you, I was mean to her yesterday. I'm sorry.
He was like, you were actually nice yesterday. What happened?
Well, see, remember it was like 8:50, and you came back here into the AM where I was sitting,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Hey, Eddie Bruner's coming at 9." I was like, "Okay, by the time we get to the back room, he'll be here."
Exactly. And he said it because I couldn't reach him.
Yeah.
If you all see a flying crutch going up the hallway, it's not my
If you hear
fault.
anything about on the radar heading towards West Main,
I was going to say, the violence will not make this newscast. Aaron.
Hey, it didn't slow down putting that makeup on.
Aaron, I will be back there. I'll be back there in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'll see you at 10.
You kind of say, y'all aren't old enough to ever heard of a TV show called Gunsmoke.
Yes. I have heard of Gunsmoke.
Yes. Because that's when when the villain maybe like was somebody be sitting in a jail and somebody be clunk.
There you go, Aaron. You're the villain. Hashtag morning show villain.
Walking toward a jail.
I want that in your title.
Morning show villain.
Yes.
All right.
Nemesis.
A couple of stories here to share with you. We're doing Tidbit News, and you remember I think we pioneered, or maybe we could be first on uncovering this business about, if you remember, a couple of weeks back, we had the communist woodchucks.
Yes.
This morning, Yankee capitalist. What do we have now?
Well, but listen to this story. Listen to this story. It's hot. It's on all the AP this morning. Winter in Wisconsin is tough. So tough, in fact, that living creatures might go searching for shelter in unlikely places.
Okay.
House Speaker Paul Ryan explained yesterday that a family of woodchucks moved into his Chevy Suburban recently, eating the wiring and rendering the car useless.
They were communist woodchucks.
See?
That or Democrats, one of the two.
Y'all thought we were just
It's
crazy.
Democrat woodchucks now.
Quote, "My car was eaten by animals," unquote.
Oh, no.
Said Ryan, to laughs from the audience at an event hosted by the Economic Club of Washington, D.C. Quote, "It's just dead," unquote.
The woodchuck, he killed it?
No, the car.
Oh.
Woodchucks killed the car. The car was parked at his mother's house in his hometown of Wisconsin, and when she came back from her annual trip to Florida for the winter, it wouldn't start. As a top congressional leader, Ryan has a security detail, and he has not been allowed to drive in 3 years.
Stop
Oh,
it.
wow.
Quote, "So I towed it.
Whoa.
I towed it into the dealership. They put it up on the rack, and they realized that a family of woodchucks lived under the underbody of my Suburban."
Democrat woodchucks. McConnell better watch his vehicle. You know what I'm saying?
That's
They're on
right.
a rampage.
That's right.
Summer of 2018.
Yeah,
the summer
that's
of the
right.
woodchuck.
The woodchucks, it's like, Chinese have the year of the tiger and the year of the whatever.
This is the year of the woodchuck.
Year of the
here.
woodchuck.
I bet when the mayor
Summer
hires that
wood-
Pied Piper,
Yeah.
he can flute the woodchucks out of town if there's any here in Glasgow.
So anyway, it's hard. It's hard. I'm not going to say it. It's hard to get sympathy.
Say it.
Here's a guy that he's got a Suburban, but he hasn't been allowed to drive it for 3 years, and he's been waiting for his mother to get back from her winter trip to Florida.
Yeah, you've been wintering in Florida. I don't feel bad for the woodchucks getting the wiring. I'm
The
sorry.
woodchuck says, "Hey, there's nobody here."
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? It's cold up there.
Yes, it is cold in Wisconsin. All right, and finally, this story right. Are you?
I don't even know what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move into one more story that has a theme song to it, actually.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Damn criminals.
Dumb criminals.
I think this is the first time since I've helped with Tidbits that we've had a dumb criminal.
Tidbit exposés that prove crime doesn't pay.
Dumb criminals. Bless their pitiful little hearts.
All right. So here we go.
Oh, boy.
A suspected drunken driver went back to his burning car Sunday to try lighting his cigarette using the flames.
Now, see, you can leave suspected out of that sentence.
This is the California Highway Patrol reported that Robert Quigley, who is 25, rear-ended an SUV that was stopped in traffic on westbound I-80 He was driving 75 miles an hour when he rear-ended this other car.
Bless his heart.
A California Highway Patrol officer spotted the car after it burst into flames, and so he turned around in traffic to help. A witness told officials that a shirtless Mr. Quigley went back to his burning car to light his cigarette.
Nobody had a lighter. And he didn't want to wear a shirt because it could have caught fire.
He saw an opportunity.
There you go.
And he took it.
There you go.
Singeing part of his eyebrows.
See?
So here's
it's
his
not
quote.
funny, but it is.
See, I was trained. I felt so bad for the guy. I didn't really want to play the dumb intro.
I mean, that is dumb if you're like, okay, singeing your eyebrows. Because you know traffic was at a standstill almost.
Yeah.
Hey, anybody got a lighter?
In the police record, Quigley later told the officer at the scene, quote, "Yeah, I'm not afraid of fire. I deal with this kind of stuff all the time," unquote.
What? See, bless his heart, poor thing.
So,
what's this guy's life? I want to know all about it.
That's right. Yeah, hey, singeing my eyebrows with the fire, I deal with that all the time.
He runs 3-finger Willie's fireworks.
Not very often. Anyway, Walker says that Quigley sustained a burn on his neck from his seatbelt, too. Nobody else was injured in the crash. Quigley has been charged on a suspicion of driving under the influence and is being booked in the Sacramento County main jail.
Okay, if your entire car is engulfed in flames, your eyebrows are singed off, the seatbelt mark does not count as a burn.
That's right. But it's also, we can take the word suspicion out, too.
And I would also like to say, when it comes to criminals, dumb criminals, I want to know, we had that recent bank burglary. I want to know what kind of bag they used that carried all those rolled coins. It's a sturdy bag.
Pretty tough bag indeed.
I'm saying, think about it.
That would burn your neck for sure.
A roll of quarters weighs a half a pound.
Yeah.
You know, it was wobbly.
So, there we have it. Some
Democrat woodchucks.
Dumb criminals.
And Democrat woodchucks.
I've been waiting to use this graphic for a while, and now that the woodchucks are back in the news.
Let's go ahead.
All right, we finally have used to put that.
They look evil, don't they? Now you need to put a big D at the bottom.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to make one that's got like the elephant and stuff.
Bless their little woodchuck hearts. Yeah, if you're wintering in Florida.
That's what we have is Tidbit News. Somebody come in here real fast and draw a name for the winner of dinner at Little Taste of Texas.
Aaron, don't say it. I can't go anywhere real fast.
Okay,
yeah,
that's right. That's right.
Aaron.
We're gonna broadcast clunks.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Is clunks. But eventually, Aaron will be in range of my crutch.
Yeah.
And it's on there.
Okay, so here we go. We're gonna draw out a winner today.
Tell me he ran into the wall or something.
What now? Your camera's off screen? Okay, so he's drawn a name.
Who'd he draw?
He said a number. Here.
Angela Briggs. Oh, thank you.
Dorothy Wood.
All right, Dorothy.
Congratulations, Dorothy. You're going to be enjoying dining at a Little Taste of Texas. Everybody enjoys dining at Texas, but you're going to be doing so on the house. And that's Tidbit News, and that's the drawings, and hang around. We got more to take care of here today on WCLU.
Hack Witty, Marita Witty Live.
WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Munford.